All right.
Oh, yes.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode. Hello, Autumn.
Hey, hey. What is
Nothing,
up?
nothing is wrong with us.
I
Everything is
know.
right.
Everything is dandy. Is everything dandy with you guys, though? That's the important part.
Yeah.
Catherine, Richard, Paul, Viral, Analog
Come on,
Wings,
everybody. What's going on? Hey, Catherine.
Wagyu,
Hello, hello, hello.
Culture. Hi.
Um, so Viral, good to see you again, twice in one day. Um, and Wagyu, what's going on? So let's jump into the question of the day. This is something you have to look deep inside.
Okay, this is a deep one, y'all.
I
So get
guess
ready for it.
maybe I can explain more, but here we go.
Have you lost your way as a musician?
Yes. Yes. This is who's that? Who's that like spiritual guy? The Rahit or Ra the guy? He's like done Ellen and all those things. He like made the book like Think Like a Monk or something. Whoever that guy is.
Dang, I have no idea.
Hold on. I'm gonna
By the way, I turned up my volume a little bit, so you
okay.
just let me know
Jay
if it's
Shetty.
still
Ever
quiet.
heard of Jay Shetty?
No,
Well, it doesn't matter.
but
He's just another guru, you know, selling you
okay.
like, you know, sit in silence or whatever. But hey, some people need it.
So some of it is good, you know.
Yeah. So I was just thinking, when we start as musicians, right? We have our aspirations are like limitless. I guess some of us have more um bless Autumn, bless her. More some of us have like more grounded things. I always think the most successful musicians are either the ones who never think it or the ones who think it too much. Like Kanye West is like
Oh yeah.
he thought it too much, and you're just like nobody would naturally think they should be that popular because that's just not in your realm of understanding, but he does. So I was just thinking, the things that you thought about. I'll put for myself because this is why I've been watching a lot of like Neptune's videos, like videos with like Pharrell and Chad, And when I was growing up, I idolized the Neptunes. I always
Mm-hmm.
wanted to be a producer like the Neptunes for hip hop and things like that. But like honestly, things changed of how to become a producer and things like that. And I produced like one hip hop album for like an artist. Like I did like some tracks and then I made some other records, but they were like rock records. Um, and I sort of was like, eh, this doesn't seem like it's going the right way. But I always do sit back and say, like, what if I had gone 120%? Like, even though things weren't working out, what if I just said, just continue? So that's why I think, like, the way, like, you know, I'm on YouTube because I love it, but I'm also on YouTube because I'm not Pharrell Williams, even though he has a YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying. What about you, Autumn? What was the way? The way.
The way, man. Um, yeah, I think the way was just kind of being just constantly in the flow all the time. And mind you, I have a baby now, so things are a little hectic, right?
True. It's true.
But I would like to think that there's just there's kinds of just times in your life where it's okay to take a pause,
It's true. Also.
and sometimes that's very healthy, especially especially with the music world when it seems as though if you're not constantly pumping out music all the time, especially with streaming services like Spotify, where, you know, you have these big artists coming out with singles all the time, which they have a whole team. So
Yes, yes.
you just need to keep that into perspective. But it does feel as though the pacing of pumping out music at this point in time is just so much faster than it used to be. So that can make us feel like we've lost our way
Mhm.
sometimes. But really, I think it's very human to just have kind of phases, and you know that's why back in the day people used to come out with albums,
Yeah, yeah.
not like singles all the time. But I think it also just depends. Like, what is your way? You know, it's subjective.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Mm.
I was watching this I don't know if it was maybe a sort of, I guess they call it like a interview about like industry type things or whatever in music, and they were basically saying nowadays, right? The insane saturation of availability of music. Like a lot of people always used to make music, right? The amount of people who make music now versus the amount of people who made it before may have not changed, except for the accessibility to the tools. But 4 track recorders always existed. People could always, especially let's start in the 90s. You could make music. I made music on very early systems, and it wasn't great, but you could do it, and I did. But the music didn't go anywhere, right? And now with the crazy amount of like, you just click a few buttons and you're on Spotify. Basically, they're saying like, as an artist, as a larger signed artist, if you can have just one sign or one song take off per year, just one, like you're doing extremely well, right? Not like you're getting, let's just say, not like you're getting, um, because back in the, I think even like a few years ago, right? Katy Perry, right? It's like hit after hit after hit, right? That's what it took. Like it was
Mm.
California Girls, and then it was like, um, I Kissed a Girl. It's like you got like 5 hits coming. It's like, remember the Black Eyed Peas in the 2000s? It's like boom boom pow, and then it's like, it's just a train. And yeah, I think it's tough. Like, where do you set your like level of like, like, what does success mean when you're like, well, I had this idea, and like you said, a lot of artists take time away to do family stuff, and like you said, in terms of, you know they made a thing of work, and then they left and they did like, oh, I had a baby and I had um a family, and then they return, you know but now with the constant stream of things, it's tough, right? Because you're kind of like, let me do social media, and let me tour, and let me record music, and like I think of Drake, and I'm like, does Drake ever, when does he stop constantly doing stuff? Or Taylor Swift, she's coming out with an album like next month or something, or this month.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Those are both really great examples. Yeah,
Drake
and
has not lost his way.
they're outliers, right? Like it's definitely not everyone. Like you see Paramore, they take. I mean, mind you, Paramore's had like drama and stuff, but they take a while to come up with new
Yeah,
albums.
yeah. I mean, look, Magoo's not interested in being Katy Perry. Um, it says, I'm not interested in being Katy Perry and being the endpoint for some hit factory song production line, though. So that's not musical success to me. I think, yeah, I mean, success is super subjective. And also, I mean, I like Katy Perry songs. I'm not going to lie.
No, totally. I totally understand what you're saying though, because there is a point where a musician, I mean, they start off because they love the music, right?
Yes.
They love making music.
Katy
For
Perry was a
example,
Christian musician first, if I remember.
she was, and she came out with a an album that sounds completely different than what she has now. There is a point where music becomes currency, especially with these big labels, and
Yeah.
that's just you know, at the end of the day, it's like it's a business or whatever. So I imagine that there might be some people like Miley Cyrus is a great example. She hated her big hit Party in the USA.
I love Party in the
She
USA.
It's a banger. But she used to say things like, "Oh, I've never even heard like a Jay-Z song." And in the song that the Party You Say, she talks
I
about
know. And
the
the Jay-Z
Jay-Z
song was
song
on.
is on. You
And
know
the
what I mean?
Jay-Z song was on.
It's one of those things where sometimes artists are used. I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes artists, a lot of times artists can be used for currency. So that is, I think, what Wagyu's trying to say. Becomes like a hit factory song
Yeah.
production line thing.
It's like, let's go. Like, it's time. Like, you're supporting. Like, that's why I always think about, like, it's like when you come across news, typically it's not by accident, like music news or things like that, right? It's like you'll see something and you'll be like, oh, wow, like, that's so interesting. Like, new album out. It seems like it's like, no, there's teams and there's people who it's their job to find the right other connections in the news outlets so that their music exists, right? So it's not the organic nature becoming successful never really existed in a sense. Like maybe there was a specific point in time, but nowadays, even the artists that seem very indie, right? They have like press release teams and stuff. Like it's never an accident that you just come across something. So,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Very true.
you mean like my favorite person, Selena Gomez, never even runs her social media. Yet she has like the most social media following ever, but she never used it.
Oh, I didn't know that was your favorite person.
I mean, it's a hilarious, funny. It's a hilarious like thing for me because Selena Gomez is like a person. I was like, she has like 100 million followers. Like she's the highest subscribed, but like you watch a million interviews with her and she says, I never use it because it's so unhealthy. And I'm just like, but these people like commenting to her, like it's her, but like she openly admits it tons of time.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know she admitted it and
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like that.
like years ago, she's like, it's just stopped. But anyways, we have special around the web this week, so it's time.
It's time to go around the weep.
And the first one today is brought in by our lovely stream queen, Catherine.
Thank you, Catherine.
It is our friend to the channel. I mean, I don't know, actual friend, but Arthur Jolly. We've looked at his synthesizers before. He makes
Ooh.
lovely, I guess you call them DIYs, but they're sort of like his designs and they sort of look always very unique. So we got a red Axis 2 and a 909. So like, let's check it out. 3, 2, 1,
How exciting.
go. It is silent here, but here goes. Very nice.
Yeah, very, very cool.
I mean, I like the goopy. Goopy is definitely what I would describe. This is a very juicy synthesizer.
Yeah, it was
Juicy.
very fun. It reminded me of kind of like I don't know, it reminded me of something like that would be like an affair. I don't know why,
Oh
but
my
just
goodness! What, like a love tester?
I don't, a love tester?
I
What's a
don't know.
love tester?
I don't know. One of those
Okay,
machines where you like grab it and it like lights up to like the level of like
your love?
your grip, and it's like called like a love tester. I don't
Oh, how funny. Yeah, I mean, it looks fun. It sounds fun. Yeah, I
know.
like it.
It definitely has like quack.
Got pretty quacky.
uh,
And apparently it scared somebody's cat.
yeah,
Somebody's
the resonance sent the cat's ears. The cat was hearing even levels of like music that we weren't hearing. Uh, so next, here we go. A gloomy day. Today was not a gloomy day, but I selected a gloomy day as the next one, which will give us a very different tonal uh, texture. So yeah, 3, 2, 1, go. There's some weird sounds going on in the back there. I'm hearing some like vocal gargling, something crazy going on there.
Gargling.
I don't know. I was hearing some interesting voice patch type stuff.
Yeah, very
What's up,
cool.
Tony? Um,
That is the vibe. It just makes you want to chill, man. Chill vibes for sure.
I don't even need this much of a vibe to not want to go and do anything with life. Just living. That's what I need.
I know.
Uh, oh, good. Nice little modular setup. That's what Tony needs. Tony be
Mm.
buying. Tony be buying the pianos. Needs to start just funneling the money into the Eurorack. Just set it on fire.
Very nice.
Uh, well, shout out to I've never watched this channel before, so shout out to Maleficent Hardware. Give a like to Maleficent Hardware.
Maleficent. I feel like that's a movie.
I know. I feel like it's like a name of something. Malevolent.
Yes, there you go. Well, actually, I don't know.
Malevolent was like a movie, right? It was like
There you go. Some kind of a movie. Is it Malevolent? Is that what it is? Okay, yeah. There you
I
go.
don't know what Maleficent is, but hey,
I don't. Yeah,
I
I
don't
know
have
what
to understand
Maleficent.
everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but the malevolent is the word. Maleficent is the person. Interesting. See, I don't even know. I know, Tony. It's an investment in something that never is returned. Eurorack. Never. So, first topic of the night. This is probably the most exciting to Autumn. She loves Behringer plugins.
Behringer all the way.
Autumn is a huge Behringer plugin fan.
Just the biggest. Where did this even where did this meme come from? This is so random.
Autumn can't wait to hear
Oh my goodness.
So, Behringer released this plugin here, which is entitled, or I guess it's called the Vintage. They couldn't think of a better name, just Vintage. Okay, and the controversy is that, like the title says, here and gone. It was available, and now it's not available. So, if you go to your link to try to get your plugin, right? Because here is where you would go. You can get the Behringer Vintage here. If you click it, well, okay, it opens on an entirely different page. But I'll just show that page. Hold on. So if you try to get it, this is what happens. It opens a Behringer like,
oh no.
Oops, what happened? Who turned off the lights?
Oh my goodness.
So this page may have been moved or deleted. The link may be broken, or it could be my fault. I don't think it's my fault.
I don't think it's your fault. I think that's just it's a broken link. It happens.
Yeah. So apparently, also all the marketing material got removed from their site.
Oh wow.
Or the like Facebook and whatever. So I think what. Let's speculate here on. Now the speculation is that it copies or looks almost not identical, but very similar to another synthesizer. I would have loved to get my hands on this. I'm so disappointed because I could open the code and I would just see if there was anything from the other company, because it probably would be very clear inside of it's probably code in C++, so I don't know about that. But anyway, the point is that it's not there anymore.
Wow. Interesting. So
it's like a Prophet. That's what it's supposed to emulate, is another Prophet, because we need another Prophet plugin.
Okay. Weird. So do you think they purposely took it off, or?
I mean, they were supposed to be releasing a DAW Behringer, but who knows?
They are?
That's what they said. Look at how excited Autumn was for that. Empty Vessel, what's going on, my friend? It really doesn't look all that similar to Tone 2. People are just jumping on it because it's Behringer. And I think you're right. I think I looked at Tone 2 and I said, well, what do you want a plugin to look like? Like, like how different do plugins look? Maybe like Pigments looks a little different from some, but I think Pigments sometimes can look a little bit like Nave.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just because of how the waveforms are put in there. But it's just like, yeah, um, as Empty Vessel you said, it's like, and also Tone 2 is very like, I mean, it's not a big company. Like, I've never heard of Tone 2, but then again, there's a massive amount of plugins that I've never heard of. So what's the point? Why would I
Mm-hmm.
ever hear about this?
Right. Mm-hmm.
But this could be just a synth from their DAW and they were trying it out. Behringer's just it's just it's a weird thing. Um, but Tony says, do we really need another DAW on the market?
Eek.
I mean, do we need any of this stuff?
No, we don't. All we need is Ableton. That's
Uh,
it.
no, I can't remove her from the stream. But if I could remove Ableton, no, Ableton is one of the. I think there's a few that matter. I feel like Studio One went from being like me thinking Studio One would disappear in a couple years after PreSonus made it to like being very popular. I don't know
Yeah,
if anyone
it
uses
is.
PreSonus Studio One, but this Behringer is. I Here's my thing. I don't think we need another Prophet type emulation. Honestly, that's the number one thing, especially if you're gonna be this like lazy and just call it vintage. I think there could be more.
It's legit called. Oh, it's just called Behringer Vintage.
Like I don't know. I guess you can't.
I
I
mean, I like the look of it. It looks nice. I'm sure it sounds good. I don't know.
I
I guess.
guess
I don't know. There's no demos on it.
not that you can get anymore. I wonder if someone has it and downloaded it. That would be amazing if somebody made like a stream of just messing with it. I mean, I'm sure if it's like a Prophet 5, the difference in sounds like you can't make it too different. But yeah, so it says that you can get it if you sign up for their website through like your email. That's how you get it.
Oh, okay. Okay. If
Really?
it's like an email marketing type thing. Okay. I respect the marketing stuff. Their effort.
Yeah, I mean, as if Behringer needs more access to your, you know, like email.
Hmm.
But oh, look, Empty Vessel said people have it. Uh, people do have it.
What?
No, if you look at Empty Vessels or your comment, and then
Yeah,
he's like,
people do have. Oh, I just saw that.
"Oh, really? Okay." So James Dyson. Hey, let's see if we can find Mr. Dyson's. Let's see. Let's see if I can find this. James Dyson. Somebody. I hope the link works, but somebody maybe put the link in because I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna find this probably. Behringer Vintage. I just type in Behringer Vintage. I found it from Tiger Arcade. Oh, Tiger Arcade has it. I like Tiger Arcade. He's a friend of the channel. So we're gonna go and watch Tiger Arcade's video. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Tiger Arcade showing us vintage. I should have pulled this up earlier. I didn't think it was there, but
Nice. Okay.
leaked the deets about this, and I saw that someone shared it, and I was like, oh, cool, free. Let's check it out. Power thing on the back and the wood finish. It's got this. I mean, obviously, there's no Prophet that looks like this. This is a massive LED, and I was kind of confused by this at first, but once you click around, it switches to let you, choose your parameters with most synth.
Yeah, we can't get enough of this.
So I've got this one. It's called, I'm not sure if it's Moogie Boogie. I mean, I would assume it would be Mogi. So would that be Mogi Bogey? Like a bogey, Ogie Booger? Sometimes I think I'm funny. Let's see. Mogi Bogey. It's a lead. So let's test it out with like the filters, because everyone wants to know how do the filters sound. Got to drive that resonance all the way up, and we'll go down on the cutoff. And you can see that you have different choices for filters. I really like the low end on that. That sounds really, really nice.
All right. If you need another generic subtractive synthesizer that's just like another generic thing, I don't know, man. It's not that I don't like the Behringer thing. That's not the point. It's just like I personally have like 3 versions of a Prophet. I have a soft tube Prophet. I have the old Arturia Prophet, and then I have the new Prophet 5 from Arturia, just on my computer alone. And I think that, well, I'm going to select the soft tube as sounding the best. But that said, like, I don't know if, I mean, we're chasing like the same thing like over and over and over. This
Right.
thing came out in the 70s. So it's like, good Lord.
Well, I could see someone that is like not like somebody that's new to all this stuff thinking, wow, this is free. Why not download it? So for them, I mean, I think that's great. For, you know, obviously for other people that are, like you said, already have Prophet, whether it's software or actual gear, then yeah, of course, it's not going to be appealing for those people.
It's weird. I can't wait till the obligatory, like, somebody makes like a Prophet 5 versus this vintage plugin. Does it sound? It's just like, I don't know. I don't know. But
Yeah, but it's
I'm
free
jaded,
though.
everyone. Remember,
Yeah,
I'm jaded.
but that's what I'm trying to say. It's like you're not the market. The market is people that are kind of coming into it and they're looking for free plugins. Like, you know, there's going to be somebody that says, check out this free plugin. you know?
There's going to be a million free plugin videos telling you.
Yeah, there you go.
That you need this too. My computer is too full for any more free plugins.
Same.
I can't even, not even close. Anyways, so secondly, I didn't talk about this last week, but I kind of wanted to talk about this, and I'm gonna once again be the old man yelling at the clouds, sort of, with this video. But this Moog's Muse.
Hey, hold on. Can we just pull up Tony's? Doesn't see poor people who need free plugins. You know, there's a lot of people that really appreciate free plugins. Okay, so you just need to respect that.
Maybe I need to be more open to. I just feel like we're all inundated with so many. Like, to me, if someone made a video saying like I used all free plugins to make this song, I'd be like, okay, like there's so many. Like, I don't know, like.
But that's the thing. Somebody else might be like, "Whoa! Like, what could you make with free plugins?" Like, because they think that, you know, you have to buy a bunch of stuff, and maybe the idea of free plugins is it's like a new thing for them, or you know, it's just they never buy anything, so free plugins is like just the way for them.
All right, plugin people, here's my PSA. Ready? It's just gonna be me and Autumn as I make this PSA. If you're going to make a free plugin, don't be lazy. Make something original, because I don't need another free reverb plugin that is just a reverb plugin. I don't need a free subtractive synthesis plugin. Be original and don't be lazy.
Or just improve upon what's already out there, you
Yeah.
know?
Add like crazy functionality to something that sucks, you know, but like just another subtractive synthesis about like a profit. Like, I don't know what we're chasing. Just seems so, it seems like a disconnect. It's like, oh, I want to make a plugin, and then the plugin manufacturer is not like a hardcore musician. They're just like, I'd like to see how close I can make it to something that already exists, and they just do it again. So I don't know. Anyways, so this video, or this the Moog mirror that everyone thought was called the mirror, which is interesting that people thought it was called the mirror. I guess it's called the Muse now. Official. Mike Dean, producer extraordinaire, dropped a photo. It's called the Muse 8-voice polyphonic synthesizer. I don't know how I feel about these little sliders, but maybe that's, someone can tell me that harkens to some other vintage Moog with these little sliders.
Very cool. Very clean.
Yeah, I mean, you don't get much of a, well, you get like Andrew Huang's like middle third. I guess this section is, oh, interesting. I wonder if this section, it's missing a few knobs here. I think that section is actually 1, 2, 3, so 6. No, maybe that's not that section.
Wow,
Anyway,
you're very particular, very detail oriented.
just trying to see what's what here. Anyways, so this is the new thing that's going to come eventually, but oh, I guess that's the middle action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 and then 4 over there. Okay. When is it coming? Who knows? But there is a video about the Moog Muse, and
Micro Freak, shout out to Micro. Sorry, there was an ad for the Micro Freak on there.
they're gonna get you.
They got me.
They already did, yeah. The so the video that I'm gonna find where it exists in this video really quick. But this video is about the halftime show with the Moog mirror, and it's with the Avila brothers, who are the greatest. But
I still randomly go to my brother and say, "Bro, can you believe we're doing the Super Bowl?"
Doing the Super Bowl.
so the Super Bowl was in Las Vegas, and the big thing about the Super Bowl, not just that Taylor Swift won, but that also there were lots of Moogs there.
For me, that's the perfect marriage. Not only just on stage, but just a part of the creative process. It doesn't get any better.
Crap, they're probably gonna claim this, aren't they?
Oh no.
Oh well. So the Avila brothers are part of like a very musical family, but the actual mirror comes up right here. You can hear them play the Moog mirror. So I will play it, and we can hear about 5 seconds of Moog mirror. So there you go. If you wanted to know what your next subtractive synthesis for Moog will sound like, here it is again. I like it. It sounds very rubbery, but it also sounds like a lot of, I don't know, you know. What doesn't, it doesn't sound like, well, it sounds like a Moog. Oh no.
Wagyu says they could have played that on a Timberwolf.
Don't lie. I mean, maybe. Here's the thing: you never know, right? It could be actually just a Timberwolf. Moog hasn't finished it, and that was actually just a Timberwolf with just him just hitting the keys like that.
Oh my goodness. How much trouble would they get in for that?
Well, first of all, I mean, you need a Ty Dan to be playing the Timberwolf. You know, that's how you. The key is to collect free plugins and never use them. That's how you do music. You're not wrong.
That is the first step of becoming a music producer. Yes.
I use literally like, I think I use like 10 plugins 100 times. And every other plugin I don't sometimes I forget. Oh gosh, the free Kia, that plugin was weird. Anyways, I guess lastly on the news, but whatever. Moog Muse, enjoy Moog Muse. Great. I guess I will talk about the Astrolab.
Ooh. Oh, it looks really nice.
Now, I'm actually interested. Who cares what I think? Because I think I already put out an entire 15-minute video telling how I think. I want to know what Autumn thinks. This is coming from, I didn't want to make a video talking about everything that you could do with a thing that I think everyone knows what the V collection is. I mean, Arturia, Autumn, you've heard the V collection or Analog Lab 100 times, I'm sure. You know what it is, right?
Mhm.
So does this make sense to you? Tell me, is this stupid or is this in any way interesting to you? And you can be honest,
Yeah.
Arturia's
So I'm not as
doesn't care.
jaded as you are. I think it looks cool. I think it looks really cool. I love the look of it. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I like it. I mean, it's just
Oh
just
wow!
simple.
Look, he's sitting in front of a circle window. I never noticed this. The circle
Ooh.
window is like the circle.
Oh.
Is this supposed to be?
Yes, it is.
It's a circle.
Oh my gosh. It's very intentional marketing material. I dig
I
it.
never noticed this. What are they
I
trying to
can
tell
be-
us with these circles? His music is a never-ending journey.
Yes. Yes. It is that deep. It is.
The solar eclipse is the end of the world. Is that what they're trying to tell us? Okay, that's maybe not funny, but
Oh my goodness.
what do you
Yeah, no.
think? You like the look?
I already like the look of it. I mean, it's clean. I want it now. I don't. It's I don't know. It's really not that complicated. It's not that complicated for me, really.
Another circle. Oh my goodness.
Hey, I mean, I kind of like the intentionality behind their, their pictures.
Hey, at least they plugged it in.
Oh my gosh.
I thought this is actually how it's supposed to come with these wood legs.
Really?
Yeah, you can get these wood legs.
Is that a new thing?
I don't know if it was 100% in the marketing, but eventually you can get these wood legs.
Okay. Yes. I mean, again, I'm a fan of things that make your studio feel a little bit more naturey because there's so much electronic stuff going around. So I can appreciate the wood legs for sure.
Well, Tony asks, what kind of musician is this keyboard made for? And since Tony is he's toured a lot with the big hitters, Nord's pianos and stages, the Yamahas, the normal things. I think, and Tony and I sort of talked about this, but on text the other day, but Tony knows it's about things that have nothing to do with sound a lot of times. And when I say the speed of switching between patches, if you're playing live, is twice as slow as a normal keyboard, as a Nord, it's those things don't matter, except they matter a lot, to anyone who's played. So it feels like it is made for the live keyboardist, but it's also made for, I think, a new performer. It's made for the new generation of performer, not the guy who's just always gonna rent the Phantom or the Nord piano. It's not for that person. And it's also, the keys are a little bit I mean, most people might use weighted keys, but it's not waterfall keys like the electro. So it's a weird in the middle kind of a thing. I was gonna say, duh, 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 duh. Who put this up? Oh, here we go. The name of this one, Arturia keyboard, reminded me of the dog from the Jets. What's his name again? Bear
Oh, was
Boy.
it?
I gotta sing the whole song. Here's
Uh,
George Jetson. Do 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 do. His boy
uh,
Elroy. Da 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 da. Something Judy. Da, da, da.
wow, you remember it.
Wife. Da, da, da.
Astro.
Astro? Yeah, I
Oh,
guess it's Astro, huh?
that's such a cool name for a dog.
Yeah. That dog Astro. Whatever.
There
I don't know
you
how.
go. Wow, you remembered the whole thing. That's
God.
amazing.
I feel like super old over here. Like I feel like I sometimes when I watch old cartoons, I think I'm born in the time that cartoon was made. Like the Flintstones. I'm like, wow, was I like born in the dinosaur age? I'm like, so old watching this. But Autumn, back to your point of view. This is $1,600.
Oof, oof, oof. Ugh, yeah. Not for me. And I am not the market for this product.
Yes, 1,600.
I mean, it looks cool. Like I said, very clean.
But you said it looks cool.
Yeah, it does. It looks very cool. I mean, Arturia usually I feel like they do a pretty good job of design, you know.
Oh yeah, the design. But okay. Oh man. Here's the thing. I made the video the way I did because of a specific reason. It's if you wanted to go home and just get Analog Lab and a MIDI keyboard, I think I think it probably could do it for $99.
Yes.
Because I've gotten Analog Lab for free many, many times. Now you get like Analog Lab Pro, but my thing is a MIDI keyboard is almost free. At least you could go on
Yes.
Craigslist and get a MIDI keyboard for $29, and you could have all of these sounds.
That is so true. Yeah, when you put it that way, it is very hard to justify a purchase like that.
Yeah, and it is number one, it's using a different system, and Empty Vessel pointed out why. Empty Vessel said, I was asking if all the presets are slow to switch because all of the sample-based Arturia instruments are slow to load with samples when you switch presets. Not all of the samples are slow, but you don't know what's going to be slower than the next one sometimes, and that's where it trips you up. Catherine says it looks gorgeous.
It does. I agree with you, Catherine. That is the perfect word. It is very gorgeous.
Yeah, you really have to. I think you have to. This is definitely a piece that you have to touch to know if it's what you want to do. Because some of the functionality doesn't make a ton of sense for at home people because you're doing like. So maybe it's not close enough to see here. So I'll go up. It's not. You can't really see it here, but right to the side, you have part 1, part 2, and a split button over here. A split is it's really, really, really made for a live player. Splits
right
at home. I'm going to straight up be honest. I have never used a split at home ever, but I use a split all the time live. So that's why I made the video the way I did. I was just like, well, if they're saying it's live, it's got to make sense live.
Right.
Because if you can get the V-Collect, or not the V-Collect, if you can get Analog Lab, and I mean, I probably over the years have had like 3 versions of Analog Lab because I downloaded it and then I didn't use it and then I deleted it. And I got a free keyboard and then I got Analog Lab again. I downloaded a thing from Plugin Boutique and I got an Analog Lab. So
right.
It's 100% for the live player, but you really have to get along with how this thing works. This circle here,
Mm-hmm.
This is the window to either frustration or love.
I think it looks really cool, but I think you are right in that it is something that you need to touch and kind of try out to see if it is for you,
Yeah.
for sure. Oh,
Um,
Weaver just put up a video bagging on that plugin.
oh, I mean, I don't know. I think I'm pretty honest about that. Most plugins are, especially subtractive synthesis plugins, are like very similar. Okay, real quick, I saw a comment from Empty Vessel again, and he says, "I'm curious if it's only the sample-based presets that are lagging. Either way, it's a problem for live." And I mean, that's the thing. I think people don't know how small people are not used to maybe Nord pianos, which I think
Yeah.
of Nord as literally it's not even fancy. It's literally it's it's like you going to the hardware store and buying the most expensive uh like I don't know, drill ever, right? Where it's like it's not nobody's like wanting to see your drill and be like, "Ooh, how awesome." It's like, "No, this is going to be the tool that's going to like kill it for the next like 15 years." And
Right.
Nord's presets, if you ever, I mean, I used to have an Electro and I loved it. I love the Electro, but you don't know how small those patches are. Every piano patch in like a Nord Electro is like 300 kilobytes. Every Rhodes thing, it's like 300 kilobytes. Tony can he'll verify. The stuff is so small. These, I mean, if you look at the onboard storage of the Analog Lab, it's 22 gigabytes. These are very large. These are heavy, and
Mm-hmm.
that's not what live. That's just not how live. That's just not how it works. So, anyways, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, what could have made this the perfect instrument? I'll say, in my opinion, this Analog Lab would have been perfect if it included a full version of, like, here's how they sell it: a full version of V Collection, so that you can edit any patch all the way through, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
these are just presets. You need the full version of V Collection that comes with it, right? You also need, within the synth itself, pigments. You got to put the entire pigments editable within the Analog Lab. Now it's not just Analog Lab, it's
Mm-hmm.
like a digital synthesizer. It's a digital hardware synthesizer.
Oh, yes.
This side, what in the world? What are you supposed to put here, Autumn? Your coffee? Your
Yeah.
baby? Do you put the baby here?
The baby in there. No, yeah, I agree. There's definitely some real estate there, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, this section is as big as this section.
Yep.
You have all of the stuff in this section and nothing here, and it just feels like, and maybe, okay, so the power supply is over here, but the power supply is not internal, which I pointed out. So since it's not internal, I don't know and it's also like 30, it feels like it's 30 pounds, 25 to 30 pounds.
Hmm.
So I think it's amazing for the producer who's playing out. I just don't know how big that market is. When I see live players, it's typically hired guns, not the person who made the track. So, but if it had a full version of pigments inside, which I love pigments, that would be awesome. And then all the V collections got to be inside, so you can edit anything exactly how you need it. That makes it perfect.
Right. Oh, wow.
But oh well. Nobody
Oh,
listens.
well. I mean, shout out Arturia. They're great, but I mean, I definitely could see all those improvements.
Yeah. Tony says, Nord Soundbank is not fancy, but the hardware is well thought out. It took me maybe 15 minutes to figure out how to use it practically without reading instructions. Yeah. Yeah. And we were talking about it, Tony, as well. As like the synth section is so good on the Nords, but so downplayed on like the stages and whatnot. So Kevin says, yeah, this not coming with V collection is actually really corner cutting. I mean, if I was going to express what I think they're doing is this is a way to sell you V collection eventually. Because if you get a bunch of presets, the reason why I never really used Analog Lab was because it's just presets and I need more control because most of the time you find a patch that's 80% what you want, but you need to go 100% of the way to get it to what you want. So you have to go one extra step. It's a cat space. That's what that is on the left
That's
side.
where you put the cat?
Finally. At least somebody finally thought of it.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I like the Astrolab. There's a video I made it specifically for Synth Samurai because he commented on my other video that he wanted somebody to play with more of the presets and tweak them with the knobs. So I made a video earlier today, which is just a live stream. It's not fancy or anything. Just playing some of the presets and tweaking the knobs. Culture Ghost says MIDI surface of choice. Is this like a real question? Well, if it is, Autumn. MIDI surface of choice. Maybe that includes keyboard and knob thing. I don't know.
MIDI surface of choice?
Mm-hmm. MIDI surface.
Hold on, I'm not understanding the question.
MIDI surface of choice.
Where to put the MIDI?
Table, floor.
I'm sorry, you guys. I've yawned like so many times today. I'm like tired. What do you mean? What do you mean?
I think like the tool of choice, like which MIDI controller.
Oh, okay. Okay. I can't be the only one that didn't understand that. Okay. Which MIDI controller of choice? Man, I keep going back to like the Akai game. Oh, to go on the empty space. That
makes sense.
You see, it was confusing to you too. Okay. Yes. To go. That's actually a good question. I'll answer that. I would put. I don't know. I'd put my drink.
I see.
And snacks.
That, but it's slanted.
It's slanted?
Yeah.
I'd put snacks.
Oh, perfect.
I'd put a pizza on there.
That's where the hologram goes, Autumn.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Let's see here. What could go on there? I think a vocoder. I know that's not going to take up the whole thing, but that could be kind of cool. I'm a fan of the vocoders.
Like a little Roland thing?
Yeah, maybe take up a little bit on there.
I don't have a little controller thing that could go there, but I think I need maybe. I thought the drum brute would go perfect here, but it's too small. The drum brute impact, but it's too. This area is too small for the drum brute impact. I tried it.
Yeah, and a little iPod, like an iPod Mini.
Yeah, because it's too small for an iPad. It is.
Okay. Oh, and Wagyu says it has a vocoder built in.
It does. I didn't actually use that. It does.
Okay, cool.
Oh, you haven't seen it demonstrated? Dang. Don't make me do more videos. I don't get any money for any of these videos. So, but I did actually Dang it, Wagyu. Dang it. All right, I'll make a video of the vocoder tomorrow actually for the second channel. It's in there and it should be talked about. I just didn't talk about it. I forgot.
Yeah, Tony, there is a vocoder built in according to Wagyu. So
it's the first thing I noticed. I even asked them a technical question about it.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I asked the tech team.
Ooh, Tony says interest level just went up 20%. I agree. Vocoders make everything better.
And here's the thing about the vocoder, and why it makes sense is on the back here. It has the inputs for an entire audio interface. Like you can put mic 1 or mic 2 and you have a legit gain level. And the gain level is good enough for an SM57 or 58 because I use that when I do use the vocoder.
Yeah.
Dang, it's already set up right now. I don't know if I'll make the video right now. Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yes, Empty Vessel. Exact point. Empty Vessel knows about this. You can use the audio facility in Pigments. So technically, you could run this with just effects. You don't necessarily have to have the vocoder on, so you could just sing into it. It really is, to me, it could work amazing for live performance. You have a singer plugged in, you just have the stereo outs plugged into the PA, and the vocalist can get all her effects from the analog lab.
Right.
Or the Astrolab. And yeah.
Nice.
Exactly. See, Empty Vessel knows all about it. Did you forget the vocal of your video so you can collect more views and ad revenues?
Yes.
No, I really only wanted to make... I'm doing all these for you now, people, because I don't have other things to do. Anyways, Autumn has to go and play with her Behringer synthesizer. She's extremely excited, so she's gonna go.
Yeah, that Steven purchased for me with a firm.
It was very expensive. It's so expensive it's gone. So, anyways, all right. Look forward to that video about the vocoder now because I was guilted into it. So
there you go.
Just kidding. Thank you.
You heard it first.
Thank you. See, for you, Wago, I'll make this. I can't believe I didn't make that. What an oversight by me.
I know, and you love vocoders.
Sheesh.
You're the vocoder king.
I was so tired.
Dude,
that video, dude.
Today has been the day for just the Z's. The Z's, man. Like,
the Z.
What did you think I said?
Disease. I was like, the disease.
I did not say disease. The day for
unleashed.
How does that make any sense? The Z's.
What have you unleashed?
The letter Z. Okay. Oh,
gosh. Okay, bye, everybody.